Hello everyone. So in my previous video already I have explained this permanganometry and serimetry. So now we'll see about iodimetry, iodometry and bromometry. So iodimetry, it is the titration involving iodine. So iodometry covers the titration with a standard solution of iodine. So to carry out this titration we need a standard solution of iodine. So iodometry deals with the titration of iodine liberated in a chemical reaction. Where the iodine liberation will be occurring in the chemical reaction, there iodometry will deals with. Iodometry will involve. So in iodimetry, quantitative oxidation of reducing agent such as arsenious acid, H2ASO3, may be carried out by employing standard solution of iodine. Already I've told you that we need a standard solution of iodine. There will be a liberation of iodine. So this type of assay is known as direct method of iodimetry. Here you can see the reaction involved in this iodimetry. This arsenious acid is there, react with the iodine I2. Then we, in another situation, a known excess quantity of standard iodine solution is added in the substance that act as a reducing agent to be assayed, and then the excess iodine may be titrated with the help of standard sodium trisulfate solution. Here you can see standard sodium trisulfate is this react with iodine or water and formation of sodium tetratione. So this category of assay is termed as residual method of iodimetry. The first one is like direct method of iodimetry, and the last this one is a residual method of iodimetry. Then we have iodometry. So what happens in iodometry? The formation of free iodine takes place as a result of hydrochloric acid with an oxidizing agent, and HI is obtained directly in the reaction flask by the reaction of HCl, or you can take sulfuric acid also on a solution of Ki, potassium iodide. So we are going to read this potassium iodide with HCl or sulfuric acid. So we are going to get K2SO4, or ultimately we are going to get HI. So free iodine is liberated as a result of the oxidation of Ki in acidic solution. In acidic solution means we are taking sulfuric acid or dilute HCl. So the iodine liberated is now titrated with a standard solution of sodium trisulfate. So this method is employed for quantitative determination of oxidizing and reducing agent, and then standard solution of sodium trisulfate and iodine are used in this method, which starts as indicator. So with free iodine it gives blue color. So iodimetry is employed for determination of percentage purity of the some compounds like chlorinated lime, potassium dichromate, copper sulfate, ferric ammonium sulfate, and you can also determine ferric chloride solution. So after that we have this bromometry. So bromometry involves the redox method of bromine. This reduction of bromine will occur. So in the determination of this substance like phenol, resorcinol, aniline, in the place of iodine, bromine is used as an oxidizing agent. So in case of taking phenol, resorcinol, aniline, in place of iodine and bromine, we use as oxidizing agent. So the reason being that bromine is easily reduced by the organic substances, producing quantitatively water insoluble substituent products, and standard solution does not compromise bromine as such, but when equivalent amount of potassium KBr03 potassium bromide and KBr is mixed and acidified, bromine is liberated. Thank you.